What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Show and Tech. So today is actually a pretty big day. For those of you who were fans of the iPhone SE right here, you probably know by now that the iPhone SE 2 was just announced by Apple. Now the timing on this, despite everything that's going on in the world, the time on this was actually kind of perfect. Considering the fact that we know that OnePlus, who is usually known for their cheap and economic phones, OnePlus just announced their newest OnePlus 8 and the OnePlus 8 Pro, and those prices have people very, very upset. So here comes Apple now with their iPhone SE 2 at a price of $399 or $599 Canadian, which is far, far lower than those OnePlus prices. So I think that this is very important in that it is now putting other companies on notice that, even though we have this trend of very large and very expensive phones, there are still people out there who are not gonna budge on buying one of those. And so by putting a relatively powerful package into something this small and this affordable, you're going to get a very large share of the market, especially during a time where people are kind of holding their dollars close. This is something that is very, very important. So looking at the specs of the new iPhone SE 2, first of all, starting off with the body, we know that some people are gonna have some issues with that. So if you were a fan of the original iPhone SE in this iPhone 4/iPhone 5 body, nice small form factor, very tiny screen, you're probably gonna be a little bit upset because the screen on the new iPhone SE was just announced as being 4.7 inches. So it takes the same body roughly as the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 8, but really that upgrade isn't too bad, as you know that those phones were still very easy to hold and very easy to put into your pocket. So the specs that I find to be the most important about this new iPhone SE, the ones that are most worth mentioning, is the fact that it has the new A13 Bionic chip in it, which, as you know, is Apple's most recent chip, number one. And number two, it is running iOS 13. Not only that, but the camera on the back has 4K 60 FPS and has the optical image stabilization. The camera on the front, or the selfie camera, is a 7 megapixel camera. And we know that usually those cameras aren't really too great, but at this price, who really cares? So you have to go back to using Touch ID, which for me personally, I always found that to be number one, more secure, and number two, a lot more efficient and easy to use than Face Unlock. And the part that I really love is that the new iPhone SE does have wireless Qi charging, and it has an IP67 water and dust resistance, so you're able to submerge this in water of up to 1 meter for 30 minutes. And the color options that are available are black, white, and the Project Red, which I think is still going to be one of the most popular colors to choose. So a couple of reasons as to why this phone is so important is, number one, it's great for people who are on a budget, which is pretty much everybody right now with all the uncertainty that's going around. If you're someone that's stuck on an older phone that's not working so well, it's not doing so hot for your working from home, now you have a very cheap and very powerful option in the new iPhone SE. Number two, anybody who's kind of been on the fence about jumping into the Apple ecosystem, now you can go ahead and spend $399 to get yourself into it. And you want to figure out how seamless it is to have your workflow go from your phone to your iPad or to your MacBook perhaps, then now you're able to get that full entry into the Apple ecosystem. And then finally, if you're just someone that is tired of having the huge phones like your Note 10 Pluses or your iPhone 11 Pro Maxes, now you're able to go back to something that is much smaller, easier to hold. You can use it with one hand easily in bed or when you're on the go, which most of us aren't right now, but when we get back to that, easy to pull out and use. If you are a woman, you guys have smaller pockets, so you know that this is gonna fit, or not this, but the new iPhone SE is gonna fit into your pocket much easier. So it just makes things a lot more efficient for you when you're on the move. For somebody like me, so you're creating content and you just wanna have a very small and easy setup, you know that I shoot most of my videos using my original iPhone SE. So imagine now having this more powerful iPhone that's able to shoot 4K video, that's able to airdrop that content onto your iPad for quick editing. It's just gonna make your workflow much easier, much more seamless, and have things move a lot more quickly. And at that price of $399 versus going out and buying, $1,000 DSLR camera or a mirrorless camera, you have this nice and easy setup. You already know how to use it. You don't have to worry about any extra settings or anything like that. I mean, the most that you'll probably have to do is go out and grab an external mic and voice recorder, and you're making great content. So I think that this phone is something that's going to be great. I think it's going to sell very well, and I'm looking forward to getting my hands on one for a review. So according to Apple, you're gonna be able to pre-order the new iPhone SE as early as this coming Friday, April 17th is when the pre-orders will open. As we said, that price is $399 or $599 in Canada. And then the following Friday, so April 24th, is when they'll actually start shipping out. So you can bet that I'm gonna try to get my hands on one and review it on this channel for anybody that still might be on the fence or is wondering how they look or how they perform. I plan to get a whole bunch of content out on this new coming phone. So hopefully this video was informative for you. If you're interested in seeing the phone once it comes out, feel free to hit that like and subscribe at the bottom. Leave any questions or comments down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And so that's it from me. Much love as always. Throwing up 2 of them, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.